Your mission is to infiltrate Giga City and halt the activities of Epsilon's organization, the Rebellion. I'm afraid the team that went in before you has likely perished. You are our final hope. If you fail this mission, then we will have no choice but to launch an indiscriminate assault on Giga City. The whereabouts of Epsilon are unknown. But we're getting an energy reading from a certain area of ruins. Survey the ruins first.
Nobody to greet us, eh?
Just as I expected. The radio's useless.
I can't believe they sent only the 3 of us to infiltrate this huge island. I mean, we're good, but I don't know if we're that good.
A large force would be cumbersome.
Keep things small and sleek, huh?
I'm no great hunter like you two. But believe me, I know this island's layout.
Well, we're in your hands, Shadow.
Okay, let's move. I know the perfect place for a hideout.
Are you two okay?
X, use those stairs. We'll meet up top.
This could be a trap. Be careful.
Finders keepers for any goodies.
Mic on.
We can't transmit to headquarters, but we can communicate to each other. If something happens, I'll be sure to contact you. Be careful. What's going on, everybody? My name is Cookie, and welcome to Mega Man X Command Mission, an RPG set in the world of Mega Man X. So, without further ado, let's get started with our protagonist, X here. With, in my opinion, his best design in the entire series. Personally, I don't know, the scarf that comes out of his back every time he moves, just awesome to me. So let's get this going. This is a quite unique game in the Mega Man X series. Instead of being it being a 2D, action platformer, this game is an RPG, as you're gonna see here with our first encounter. This game practically functions as your stereotypical RPG. This game was created and developed by the Breath of Fire team. So if you played Breath of Fire or any other RPG in general, you'll feel right at home. So, so if you see in the bottom left, we have X's life energy and his weapon energy. I'll explain that as we go along. And on the bottom right, we have our turns, which enemy goes next or which ally goes next. In this case, X is our first character to make a turn here, and then after that is our first enemy. And then you see on the top right is our list of commands. Our X button is regular attack, and our square and circle are sub-weapons. Sub-weapons are practically like, let's say like, in quotations, abilities or that the character has, and you can switch different sub-weapons as we get more throughout the game. And then our action trigger is kind of like the character's unique ability, and it's tailored for each character. And then our menu here is our sub-tank. If you played Mega Man, you practically know what a sub-tank is. But if you've not, sub-tank is kind of like, more or less, it's kind of like a giant health potion that gets refilled practically, if I'm explaining that right. But yeah, it practically allows you to heal yourself. And then we have our items, pretty straightforward. Our defense, pretty straightforward. And then our hyper mode. Hyper mode is a unique transformation that each character can do. And the hyper mode lasts a certain amount of turns, depending on the hyper mode the character has. And in this case, for X, is this fortified armor, and you can use it for 6 or more turns. And then you have run, which is your escape from battle. That's pretty much the basic rundown of the game in terms of combat. We'll get more into it. There are more mechanics as the game goes on, but we'll get to it when we get to it. So in this case, let's just wail on our enemy here. As you can see, every time I use a sub weapon, the weapon energy goes down. So each sub weapon takes a certain amount of weapon energy to use, and if you don't have that weapon, if you don't have the certain amount of weapon energy, you cannot use that sub weapon. However, every time you kill an enemy, you get a percentage of weapon energy back. X, did you just operate something there? Yeah, I found and activated what seemed to be a security terminal. It said that some lock was disabled. Did anything happen on your end? So that's how it works. X, the door that you unlocked is the door to the place on the west block where Shadow and I are. The system is structured so that the door in the west block can only be controlled from the east block, where you are. The door in the east block can only be controlled by us here in the west block. In other words, X and I just have to control the terminals for each other. Teamwork is vital if we're gonna get through this. Don't be late, X. Alright, and before we keep going, let's check our main menu here. Sub tank, which I just explained in battle. You can use your sub tank in and out of battle. Items, which allows you to check your inventory, and there's also subcategories in the item section. We have our regular items. We have our main weapons, where you can see how much weapons you have in your inventory. You have your sub weapons here. Force medals, which you haven't unlocked yet, but I'll get to force medals when we get to it. And key items, which are pretty self-explanatory. And then we have our equip weapons tab, which allows you to switch away weapons you have and any sub weapons you may have. And then your status allows you to check, you know, the stats of your character, the experience they have in total, and the amount of experience they need to level up. And then their fire, water, and thunder resistance, and then their weapons and sub weapons, and then their force medals, which we'll get to when we get to. And our turn pages also allows you to see what type of action triggers you got and stuff like that. And that's pretty much it. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. And then your options are just your stereotypical options, which I say I should show. Pretty much your options here, audio, subtitles, stuff like that. And then formation is when you have more than one party member, you can change the formation of your party. And that's practically it. And then X has a dash to maneuver faster throughout the map. X, do you read me? Go to the middle floor. I have a feeling you'll find something there. Okie dokie. Let's go grab that. Yeah, those gems on the floor are practically practically your items. If you dash into them, you'll be able to attack them. So let's just wail on our enemy here.
I did it.
All right. And then Zenny is our currency for the game. Anti-lock arm item. Security breach detected in area 2F+. For now, I'm gonna show you all the battles, but once you start seeing like the same enemies over and over and over again, I'll just cut out, you know, battles just to make, you know, the game go by a little bit quicker. But let me know if you guys want to see all the battles or not. If not, if you guys want me to cut out battles that are not important, you know, like random encounters, then I could just cut those off. Unless we have a new character or a new ability I would like to show off, or sub weapons, then I will show the battles so I can show them off. But once I, we start seeing repetition in battles and stuff like that, then I'll start cutting off some stuff just to make stuff go by a little bit quicker. FM modification system, production process, all green, roll out, okay. Computational humanoid replica, Dr. Psyche. FM modification system, production process, all green, blah, 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 blah. Oh, we got another battle here. Oh, right. So this is a perfect opportunity to show X's action trigger here. Let me take a sip of my water, 1 second. Okay. So X's action trigger is a charge shot. The perfect thing about X's action trigger is it allows you to hit multiple enemies at once. The more weapon energy you have, the more energy you can charge with this action trigger. Obviously, the more weapon energy you have, the stronger the charge shot. And there you go. There you go. Oh, we got another encounter here. Oh, same little bugger here. Let's just take care of him.
I did it.
Alright, we're like a little bit more than halfway leveling up to level 3. Oh. X, there were replicated production pods in the room, right? I found them where I am, but I need you to check on your side. Take a good look around. Didn't I just take a good look? Oops. Maybe I missed one. Ah, I missed it. I missed the one directly to the left of it. That was my bad.
Charge shot. Now. I did it.
Nice, and we leveled up. Super heavy cannon replicates Silverhorn. X, how did it go? So there was one there also. These must be the replicate production pods Zero mentioned. There are 4 pods here. They all finished production and the replicates have already left the pods. Shoot, I knew it. There are 4 pods on my side too. Of course, all the customization was finished. This was my first detail with you, and I'm not optimistic about the future. We're not getting anywhere with this. We gotta check the upper floor. The doors here have been destroyed, so there's no need to unlock them. I unlocked the doors on your side. Now we should both be able to proceed. Time to head to the upper floor. Oh, not that bad. Alright, let's keep dashing here. And another battle. Okay, so we got 2 bats and 1 little dog thing.
Charge shot. I did it.
All right, and we got our first new sub weapon, the melt missile. So the melt missile takes 15 weapon energy. However, the power is decreased by 30. However, that's because this specific sub weapon has a status ailment tied to it. It fires a missile that lowers shields by 10%, meaning the enemy will take more damage. I believe by sub weapons or regular attacks. I'm not entirely sure. Don't quote me on that. But if you do know, leave it in the comments. But I'm pretty sure the shields, lower shields are make you deal more damage with sub weapons, and I think armor is regular attacks. I'm not too sure on that, but we're gonna equip that because having lowered shields is definitely a plus. And perfect, a battle, so I can show you what it does. As you can see, shield by 10%. Boom. And as you can see, though, those enemies have the same thing with their shield peeler attack. But don't worry, we're gonna take them down fairly quickly. Disable security and every 3 plus. Yes. Now it's synchronized. Nani. Okay, so we're not supposed to go there yet. That's what the game's telling you.
Here goes.
Nice. So if you see the enemies first and then you see X and party come in first, that's kind of pretty much a preemptive strike. So it allows you to go first. So in this case, we're gonna attack enemy E2 first. So it's always a good thing to get those preemptive strikes. It is luck based. You know, if you're lucky, you'll get it a good amount of times. If not, no. But it is RNG based from what I remember. Alright, another replica. Plasma energy reploid, night type, Scarface. And Epsilon. Oh, warning. Error occurred during production. Reploid requires maintenance. This could be sticky. 2 high-performance reploids are complete. X, how are things on your end? 2 were produced here as well. One of them was Epsilon. What? Are you certain? Shoot, what are we gonna do now? 4 high-performance units and 8 combat units. That's quite a squadron. No wonder those who arrived first never came back. We'll continue investigating, X, but we'll have to act cautiously. By the looks of things, I say there's something upstairs. We're going up to see what it is. Alright. Alright. We're gonna have to end up using a tank energy here. Oof. There we go.
I did it.
Ooh, very close to leveling up too. So let's just use a sub-tank energy. Yep, I'll just use it to max. Because we're gonna get more tank energy right now, so. And another battle. Actually, let me cut this one out and then I'll see you guys at the end of the battle. Alright, and X, we made it to level 4 with X, so that's awesome. So let's just keep it on here. X, the terminal on this side receives a synchronization signal. On this floor, the 2 terminals have to be operated simultaneously. I'll send 3 audio signals. Press X when you hear the 3rd signal. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3. Apparently I'm boosted. Nice. Even though I'm pretty sure I hit it correct the first time, it's fine. Alright, let's go. Government Maverick Hunter X, neutralizing target. That's my robot voice. X, when we use those terminals, we give ourselves away. Engaging possible rebellion troops. Commencing attack. Alright, stay guard. Alright. Welcome to our first mini-boss. You're gonna see a lot of these assholes. A lot. They're gonna see them in different color schemes with different types of abilities. So get used to them. But welcome to our first mini-boss. In that case, let's show off our hyper mode, shall we?
Here goes nothing.
This is X's fortified armor hyper mode. It gets him a new unique action trigger and 2 unique sub weapons. So let's use them here. And just like that, we're just gonna finish him off.
I did it.
Look at that. As you can see, we got an LE plus 100 and X heart. Target's destroyed. I'd never seen this kind of enemy before. Something must be upstairs. Heading to 4th floor to investigate. Obtain our force medal. So, force medals. Practically what force medals are, they're pretty much items that increase your status, your stats. Whether it's power, speed, armor, shields, and your weapon energy or your life energy. And I'll practically show it here in more detail. So as can you see here, for X we have 4 slots. X is the only character, from what I remember, is the only character that has 4 force medal slots. The other characters have like 2, some have 3, some even have 1. And each force medal has what they call erosion. Erosion being, it's kind of like a number tagged to it. Each character has a certain amount of immunity to erosion. If you go past that number, you can't add any more force medals. So let's say you had a force medal of 2 5s, and you had them in those 2 slots. If you try to add one that's higher, that will go over your immunity, it won't let you add it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. And I didn't mean to do that either. Whoops. Sorry, I'm used to playing this game on the GameCube version and the PlayStation version. But yeah, that's practically it for force medals. Pretty self-explanatory, honestly. Yeah. X heart here. I may explain it. X heart. If X dies in battle, he will revive with a 10% life energy. So it's practically like a second chance, or like a self Phoenix down. And then LE is self-explanatory. It's plus 100 to his life energy. And that's practically it. Certain characters have character-specific force medals that only they can use. And then you have your general force medals like the power, increased power, increased life energy, and weapon energy, stuff like that. So now that we have that out of the way, let's keep going. Oh, and we have this asshole here. Alright, let's go take care of him. Ooh, crit. That's that's unlucky. But we got him.
I did it.
Nice. I've arrived at the central room, but I don't see anything here. Looks like we can meet up here. I'll be waiting for you on the central floor. Gotcha. There we go. We have a save point here. We have a back and 2 items here. And tank energy here. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my subtech to max. And we're actually going to save. Because we do have something very important coming up. So let's save our game here. Alright, awesome. So let's... Oh. God dang it. I see you guys at the end of this battle, right? Right when I was about to get to the room, I get encountered with an enemy. But don't worry, we took them in like 2 turns. So it was nothing too crazy. Zero, you're safe. What took you so long, X? You know I can't stand to wait. And just like that, Zero joined your party. Let's go.
Who the heck is this?
And just like that, we're introduced to our first official boss fight. And we also have Zero on our team, who has his own unique hyper mode and action trigger. Now, without further ado,
This is it.
let's start with Black Zero. Alright, so when you see preparing strike missiles to launch, what you want to do is you want to immediately go for the missile on his torso. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Hyper X here, and I'm gonna immediately action trigger here and destroy his strike missile so he can't launch it.
Don't move.
Nice. I'm gonna get as much weapon energy charged as possible so we can just wail on him. You know what? I'll use this thing now. Show you what it does. God, I suck at this. I'm very bad at that, by the way. Yeah. I'm extremely terrible at his action trigger, but it's fine. Let's crack his head open. Boom! There we go. However, he does that. But since he attacked X, and X has immunity to electricity with his hyper mode, that's perfect. Nice crit, Zero. Love to see it. Woo! See, that's why you want to have his X Extinct charged to max. And there you go. We beat the boss just like that.
I did it.
Hardly a fight. And just like that, we got a new weapon for Zero and a brand new sub-weapon. And we leveled up like twice, which is awesome. Now we're both level 6. They just don't know when to stop. I'm getting back to the investigation. There was a door leading to the upper floor in the west block. Shadow has gone ahead to check on the upper floor. I'll follow suit and catch up with him. Oh. And we also got new force medals here, which I'm actually going to attach to X. And we're going to equip X's new guard buster, which increases his power by 2, his armor by 5, and his shield by, I think, another 5. But it decreases his speed by 8, which is kind of a letdown, but, you know, an increase of 3 stats and a decrease of 1, it's actually pretty good. And then I'm going to replace his micro missile with the fire missile, which has a fire attribute and does a lot more power than the regular micro missiles. So we're gonna keep that. Oh, let me make sure I kept it equipped. Perfect. All right, so let's go. And we also increase tank parts. Tank parts are practically what they are. Parts for your sub-tank. Every time you gain 4 different parts, you gain a new sub-tank. And then since our sub-tank is 200, when we get 3 more parts, it'll become 300%. So always keep a lookout for the sub-tank parts. Because we definitely want to have more sub-tanks as the game goes on. So you want to be on the lookout for that.
Mic
Shadow,
off.
are you okay? Yeah. But look. Huh? Epsilon?
Indeed, it is I, Epsilon, the Rebellion Army Commander.
Mic on.
Well, well. So the great commander came out just to greet us?
Zero, don't ever change, my
I
friend.
have heard many things about you. The great Maverick Hunters, X and Zero. You truly are elite Reploids. Won't you fight alongside us? Fight for a common vision.
Shut your trap, Maverick! You're in no position to make offers.
Mic
This
off.
is 3 versus 1, buddy.
Oh, but is it?
Shadow? No way!
Shadow is a believer. He understands our goals. I'll ask again, whose side are you on?
Okay, Epsilon. My answer is... this!
Zero!
Silence. Show the commander some respect.
Zero! Behind you! Zero! Zero! Whoa! Oh no.
Join us, X.
I don't care what your vision is. You're still a bunch of mavericks. And as you know, I am a Maverick Hunter. Shadow, I can't forgive you.
Why, you won't get away!
Let him go. He will be back. My subjects, the time has come to show the world our vision.
am I? Oh.
X, you've come too. This place is known as New Hope.
But what about Zero?
Take it slowly, X. I don't know what happened, but you've taken some serious damage. This is the Resistance hideout. You can rest here.
Mic on.
Oof, what a first chapter that was, right? Now we're in this central tower. Well, in the next episode, we're gonna investigate why we're here and see what happened to Zero and practically find our bearings. So, I'll see you guys next time in the next episode of Mega Man X. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. See you, everybody.